Yes, I think from the beginning, from the very first conversation Eddie and I had, we talked in terms of the idea that Eddie was playing a woman that was going to be revealed. And so rather than it being a process of how Eddie might learn to imitate a woman, it was how we might create the impression that he was uncovering a latent femininity, uncovering the woman inside, and this guided us through the process. It's a very profound thing to not identify with the gender you're assigned at birth, and Lily had the most extraordinary courage when she was living as Einar to face this, to listen to that unhappy driving voice inside herself, and to fight it at a time in history where there was no acceptance, no route to freedom. She fought courageously to become her true self. We talk a lot about the gender the gender journey of Lily as Einar, but actually if you look at Gerda's character, she was extraordinary in challenging gender roles in the 1920s. I mean, this is a woman in the 20s who's determined to be a professional artist, who's openly ambitious, who's openly driven, who doesn't allow society to stop her expression as a woman artist, as a professional. It's easy now to not realize how radical Gerda is, and through her radicalism, her search for her subject, she senses this femininity in Eddie's character, and helps to make possible through her art and through the extraordinary compassion of her love the possible emergence of Lily. I think this film is about inclusion, but it's about the inclusion that's made possible through love. We live in a deeply divided world. I mean, what's happening on the shores of Europe at the moment, the extraordinary refugee crisis that reaches out to us at the moment is an appeal to our hearts. What happens to transgender men and women when they suffer persecution, when they suffer indignity, what's happening with the instance of violence in the US is an appeal to our hearts. What I hope the film shows is the only way to make possible inclusion really is through compassion and love. And the extraordinary thing about Gerda as a character, and about the love story and the love that Lily and Gerda shares, is that it is unconditional, compassionate, sincere love that makes possible change, that makes possible acceptance. So yes, it's a film about inclusion, but the key to inclusion is love.